So when I met Leonard Cohen, I remember the first thing that struck me was that he's so full of light and wisdom, and at the same time, a lot of darkness. It's almost like the two coexist in him. The other thing that really struck me was his sense of humor. He's such a gentleman. He was such a gentleman. And, a lot of you probably know he was a monk for years in Mount Baldy, and he drew a lot of inspiration from his years there and what he learned. And so I wrote a song called Broken Friend, You Called Love. And I wrote it because I wanted to play it for him. And we were gonna meet for dinner. His son, Adam Cohen, who beautifully produced the record, had arranged for us to meet, and I was gonna share this song. And literally the day I was writing the last verse, which was the verse about the fates and how they decide how long we have in the end and when to cut that thread, literally that's the day he passed. It was crazy. Somehow I knew, even though I didn't know until later. I think maybe a couple of days later I found out, but because I usually write the dates when I wrote the lyrics, I was like, how is it possible? And it was very sad because I was gonna have that time with him alone, where we could just talk about life and meditation and play him the song, and I never got to have it, so that was kind of sad. But hopefully, in a way, he gave me so much. I've been listening to his music and lyrics, profound lyrics, since I was very young. Huge inspiration. And one of the things I also got from him was to really embrace my Greekness, who I am, everything I am, and that's being Greek as well as a meditator, as well as a citizen of the world. Kindness is my mantra, my compass, and but the Greek part, to really draw on the myths and the rhythms and the things that are so inherent in my Greek culture. And that's what he did. He really drew on everything he is for his songwriting. And I love that, there's so much of his Buddhist life in there. There's so much of his Jewish life in there. There's so much of the different religions and mysticism and spirituality that he explored. There's artistic commentary, political commentary, social commentary, making people really look deeply, and that's what great artists do. But it was, I used to do that more in my songs, and then after I worked with him, I started doing it more. Really leaning in and embracing even more myself and my totality, let's say. So that's my little story, and I'd like to leave you with this thought that we all are such a unique combination of experiences and cultures and whatever it is that made you who you are, just be you. It's enough. It's beautiful.